Once Buddha's disciples asked him, "Why do you advise us to eat in moderation? Why do you always encourage us to eat with love? If we don't eat that food with love, will it not remain food? If we eat too much, will it act like poison?" Buddha replied, "The way we eat, our thoughts become like that." Here, Buddha's point about food extends to all things we consume, whether it's food or information. Both deeply affect our lives. Buddha tells his disciples a story to help them understand better. Once upon a time, there was a sage living in the jungle. Anyone who came to him with a problem, he would solve it immediately. Gradually, people from nearby villages started coming to him for solutions to their problems, and the sage would solve them all. His fame spread from the villages to the cities, and eventually reached the capital of the kingdom. The king, accompanied by his commander and ministers, went to meet the sage. The king said, "Great sage, I have heard a lot about your fame. I have heard that you have a solution to every problem. So, I believe our kingdom needs you the most in our court of justice, where people come with new problems every day. You don't even get proper food here. Come with us to our palace. You will be provided with all comforts. There will be delicious food for you to enjoy. Don't waste your time here. Sit with us in our royal court and enhance its glory." The sage refused the king's invitation initially, but the king insisted. Finally, the sage relented, and the king took him to the palace, where the sage was provided with all kinds of comforts. As time passed, the behavior of the sage changed gradually. He couldn't understand why his nature was changing so much. Then one day, he got the opportunity and fled from the palace with some valuable items, including the queen's necklace, diamonds, and other precious stones. When the king found out about the sage's theft, he sent soldiers to catch him. The soldiers searched everywhere but couldn't find the sage. The sage ran towards the jungle, tired. He sat under a tree, and a fruit fell from the tree near him. Hungry, he ate the fruit, not knowing it was poisonous. Consuming it made him extremely ill, and he was on the brink of death. His body dried up like wood. Reflecting on his actions, the sage realized his mistake. He returned to the palace to return the stolen wealth. The king asked him why he fled if he wanted to return the wealth. The sage replied, "Forgive me, Your Majesty, but since I started eating at your palace, I began to think like you. The tree from which I received the poisonous fruit, I prayed for its well-being, and eating it made me sick. What I consumed from your palace led me to illness. It made me realize my wrongdoing." The sage told the king that the wealth he possessed was not earned through hard work, but acquired from others, hence corrupting his mind. The story ends, and Buddha tells his disciples that what we accept determines our future. Therefore, before accepting anything, whether it's food or thoughts, consider where it comes from. Whether it comes from sin, anger, envy, or love. Because whatever you consume, whether it's food or thoughts, both determine your future. So friends, I hope you learned something from this story. Thank you.